Dreaming about war seemed like a terrible sign, and most likely a horrible nightmare. Is it truly a bad sign to deal with dreams about war? Should you be worried? War is, for good reason, related to pain, suffering and fear, so it's no wonder most interpretations are linked to conflict going on in the dreamer's life. To better understand the cause behind this surprisingly common dream, in this video we'll analyze the possible symbolisms and reasons behind dealing with war scenes while you sleep. Witnessing an ongoing war. If you find yourself experiencing dreams about war, then you are most likely an insecure person who is going through troubles in their lives. You have to deal with lack of confidence and bravery when faced with conflict in your real life, and don't know how to speak up your mind when it's time to stand up for yourself and avoid being taken advantage of. This dream is a sign that you are growing frustrated with your non-confrontational attitude, as it leads to people getting the upper hand even when you worked hard to be the one to receive a certain benefit. If you have a hard time defending your rights, you might need your loved ones to stand up for you at first, to grow more confident in demanding what belongs to you. In the long run, however, you will need to learn how to take this step for yourself. Being afraid of a war starting during your dream. Perhaps the war is yet to begin in your dream, but the impending doom is almost upon you. If you feel yourself afraid or worried about this possibility while you sleep, then this means you are concerned about losing control in some aspect of your life. Maybe they are downsizing the company you work for, or you are trying to gather the courage to ask someone out or try and get a raise. This might be a sign that you are worried about what decision other people will take since you have no influence over them. It's not easy giving up control, but regretfully, some circumstances demand that you just sit back and see what happens, as others will be the ones making a decision for you. In this case, it's best to try and build up your patience and not let your anxiety get the better of you. Joining a war. If you experience dreams about war, and not only witness it but are either forced or you volunteer fighting in it, then you'll be surprised to discover this is deeply related to your family. You have been feeling guilty about not spending enough time with your parents, siblings, partner or even sons or daughters. Perhaps you have been busy at work or had to focus on other obligations lately, but one way or another, your family time has been suffering from it. It's a good moment to try and organize a nice family night and show your appreciation and love for them, so that they know you don't take those you love for granted. Your relationship with them can end up being strained if you keep ignoring the signs. If you are drafted into the army rather than volunteering in your dream, then the situation is already turning dire and your family has begun to resent you. It's a good time to apologize and perhaps take a little trip together to remind them of how much you love them and share some nice quality time together. Fighting in a war. If not only you find yourself being drafted into a war, but actively fighting one, then you have reasons to be worried. This is a sign that you are feeling overwhelmed by a situation you have been dealing with in real life, but that's only one of your problems. You are also overwhelmed by negative emotions and may be depressed and anxious. You have a bleak outlook on life and are constantly concerned about what the future holds, which prevents you from enjoying the present. It's possible that you aren't sure about where you are heading towards in your life and are feeling lost and aimless. Most likely you aren't certain your job has anything else to offer and you are not happy with the friends you've surrounded yourself with. This dream is a sign that you are in dire need of a change, and it would be wise to begin with your job, as you are not happy about it. You don't necessarily need to quit, but you need to address your concerns and frustrations with your boss or someone who can help you change this fact. Being murdered while fighting in a war. Being killed in a war is, surprisingly, not a terrible sign. It might be an unpleasant dream, but there is definitely a silver lining to it. You have been dealing with complex challenges in your life lately, but luckily for you, these are about to come to an end. If you work hard until they are resolved, another great news is that not only will these problems be solved, but they will end up being beneficial to you after such a long struggle, which will earn you either a raise at work or a better social position. It's also a sign that you should give your private life more attention, as your professional pursuit has led you to disregard it somehow. You will greatly enjoy some well-deserved pampering if you finally allow yourself to take some time off after your problems have finally been solved. Killing an enemy, or several. Dealing with dreams about war where you murder your enemies, is a sign you won't want to ignore. You will soon receive bad news about your health. It would be a good idea to visit your doctor and try to find out what's wrong before it catches you by surprise in the future. Your health issues will be related to some kind of harmful activity you indulge in, such as smoking or drinking alcohol, so you might be able to avoid it altogether if you try and quit your vices before they begin affecting your body in a deeply negative way. Winning the war. If the war comes to an end during the dream and you find yourself in the winning side, then this is a great omen. You will soon be experiencing success in your professional life, and happiness in your private one. You'll also be receiving great news. It might be a raise, the chance to move into your dream house, or perhaps even expanding the family, if someone close to you or even you and your partner are trying to get pregnant. It's a great time to try new projects and take chances, as it's very likely that you will be successful in any endeavor you pursue.